This is Tuesday, January 26th, reading lesson. Our objective today is I can identify the problem and solution in a nonfiction text. So our weekly skill that we're going to focus on is text structure, but today we're going to specifically look at identifying the problem and solution within a nonfiction text. So the problem and solution text structure helps authors explain how a problem is solved. So this story explains a problem the people in Africa have. So after I read the story, the instructions say to describe the problem in complete sentences. Malaria is a serious problem for people who live south of the Sahara Desert in Africa. People can get malaria when they are bitten by mosquitoes that carry the disease. Malaria makes people very sick and may even cause death. One way people can lower their risk of getting malaria is to sleep under mosquito nets. Mosquito nets protect people from being bitten while they sleep. Fewer people get malaria in areas where bed nets are used. So again, first, the instructions tell me to describe the problem here in complete sentences. So I wrote, the people who live south of the Sahara Desert in Africa suffer from malaria. These people can get malaria when they are bitten by mosquitoes that carry the disease. So I'm using evidence from the text to help create my answer, but I'm also kind of rewording it as well. You also see that in my response, my complete sentences have capital letters and periods as well. I don't have any run-on sentences here. I just wrote a couple sentences describing the problem in this nonfiction text. So this story also explains the solution to the problem the people face. Describe the solution in complete sentences. So each problem that we read about is going to have a solution. The solution is how the problem is solved. So I wrote, people can sleep under mosquito nets in order to lower their risk of getting malaria. These protect people from getting bitten while they sleep. So again, I'm using evidence from the text to support my answer, but I'm not copying it straight from the text. I'm kind of wording it in my own way as well. We're going to look at one more example. This is another nonfiction text where I have to identify the problem, identify the solution, and describe it in complete sentences. Fishermen and women catch shrimp by dragging large nets through the water. Sometimes endangered sea turtles get caught in the nets. These turtles often die because they cannot get to the surface to breathe. One way to prevent this is to equip the nets with turtle excluder devices, or TEDs. A TED is a filter with holes big enough to allow the shrimp to get through the net, but too small to allow the turtles to get through. So the instructions say to describe the problem from this nonfiction text. I wrote, fishermen and women use large nets to catch shrimp in the water, but sometimes end up catching endangered sea turtles as well. The turtles usually end up dying. So here I'm describing the problem again in complete sentences, using text evidence, but kind of putting my own spin on my answer. I'm rewording it in my own words. So this story also explains the solution for these fishermen and women. Describe the solution in complete sentences. I wrote, to prevent these turtles from getting tangled in the net, excluder devices are used. These devices have holes big enough to trap the shrimp, but too small to let turtles get caught in them. So your exit ticket is going to look just like what I completed on these slides. You've got this short nonfiction text to read here. Number 1, the author explains a problem that some residents in California face. Describe the problem in complete sentences. Each of these questions, and there's only 2, but each of these questions are worth 2 points. 1 point for the correct answer, but also a point for your complete sentences. I'm not going to count off on spelling or anything like that, but I do want you to write your answer in complete sentences, use evidence from the text, and we're also kind of just putting it in our own words as well. Part B says that the author also explains the solution that the residents of California came up with in order to solve the problem. Describe the solution in complete sentences. Again, 2 points, 1 point for the correct answer, 1 point for complete sentences. So altogether, this assignment is 4 points. If you have any questions about this in particular, please let me know.